everybody, this is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet. Today it's just me. Everybody else seems to be on vacation for the holiday because they're at the college and the college closes down. So it's just me, so we'll make this brief, and hopefully you are going to watch the recording. I've got a couple people that are in the webinar, so please make sure that you check in and let me know where you're from. One of the things that we're going to do right now is wish everybody a happy Festivus. Today happens to be December 23rd, and it's the celebration of Festivus. And it's just amazing to me that one television program brought about a whole wiki page and a WikiHow, and it's amazing. Anyway, so let's move on to the important part of the call, which is the information that you guys need to know about. So let me move over my screen. And right now you see a real customer. So here is the intake dashboard, and one of the things that we like to go over is all of the intake numbers. Missed orientation is growing by leaps and bounds, but what I did notice just recently is that our declined EPIC services at this time, the reasons are in there for the most part. Right now we are down to only having I believe it's 48 people in the list, which is very good. Let me bring that up and over. So this is the screen that you guys need to see. We've got some declines to participate, and attended orientation does not want to participate. We need a reason in these areas. So I've got 3 from Cal Park, 3 from Northwest, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Southeast, several from Centralia, 1 from Marion, quite a few from Mount Vernon, and quite a few from Murfreesboro. So one of the things that I did notice on this, that is if you put a reason in but did not sorry, I can't get this to just get here. If you did not pick an orientation session, your reason will not have saved. So all of these people that do not have an orientation session selected, those reasons, if you put in a reason for not attending, will not save. It will not show up in the list. So you'll have to go back in, pick a morning or afternoon session, and if you did pick a session, then the reason will appear. So it could just be something quite as simple as making sure that you have the session entered into the information that we need. Additionally, we've got 19 people in the application older than 24 hours. We may need a reason in those to make sure that you're following up with these. Customer profile information needs finished. That might be something as simple as a DHS number needed or a RIN number needed. Make sure that you're checking on those. Ready for review by the DHS caseworker. This is just a program. So my suggestion to everybody is, as we're trying to increase our numbers and get people through the system, follow up with these 3 areas right here so that it is something, low-hanging fruit. Make sure that they're in there and ready to go. Needs to be scheduled for consent or consent meetings. Those people need to be followed up with. If they're not going to show up, maybe they need a conciliation report. And not assigned to the CBO, those 3 people, if there is no appointment, please, I will be checking on those later. But if you do have a situation, make the phone call. So that's that in that dashboard. Let's go to the enrolled dashboard. And one of the things that we need to look at, and I know that Deidre Wesley has been working on this, is the referral pending, no contact from customer, recommend conciliation. We've got 93 people in that list. What you need to do is get those people back into the office. If they don't show up, they get sanctioned. And if they do show up, get them rescheduled. So that number should be declining, not growing. You need to check that on a regular basis. And then we will be working with everybody where the referral is rejected. And then we need to make sure that if there is a person in the situation worse or no progress, that we are making sure that staffings are getting done, especially in Cook County. So those things are very important. Then now what we want to look at is the intake projections. We've got a Region 1 is continuing to grow. They're doing pretty good for the monthly target for November and December. They were lower numbers. So we've gotten in much better numbers. These 2 months gave us a chance to catch up a little bit. Region 2 is rocking it. Region 3 is beginning to climb continually. Region 4 is doing very well. They're starting to reach their target goals. And Region 5, it just has been hitting it out of the ballpark for a long period of time. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to remind everybody that if there are issues with any of your customers, even if you are not in Cook County, you may want to consider scheduling a staffing, just so that you can keep track of what's going on with the customers. But the staffings are required in Cook County, and we do have contact information in here on the restricted resources page so that you can get in touch, and the documents that are required for the staffing as well. So I just wanted to point that out to you again. Now, one of the things that I want to show you is a new feature that's coming up on the case, and what I would like to pull over right now is, this is from our test site, and on the export list that we put out, so we've got turtle ice cream, coconut ice cream, all of these people are in the system. And if you scroll all the way to the end, what we have is showing up in every exported list that you add is whether or not there is a case note, what the last case note was on the profile, who entered it, and when it was entered, and then if they are, are in the system and they have a progress page case note, it shows you that case note, who entered it, and when it was entered. So this is really useful to maintain follow-up with your customers and know who the last person was and whether or not you need to respond to something in there. So that's a really great tool that we will be going live with tonight. So when you come back and you're watching this on the 27th or 28th, which I hope that you do, that these case notes are going to be available in the exported list for you. Okay, now that's pretty much, the last thing that I want to say is please inform all of your front desk staff in each of your offices that if someone does show up to your office and is inquiring about the EPIC program, that you have flyers available for them at the front desk. Inform all of your frontline staff about EPIC and let them know that it is available depending upon specific criteria. We did have a situation where somebody heard or saw a social media post, walked into the office, and the person at the front desk did not know what the program was. They referred them off to a social service agency, hoping that they take care of them. That's not the way we need to handle any EPIC customers that come in, because we do have social media posts out every single day, and we will be having press releases going out. We will be having some radio communication going. So please, please, please inform your front desk staff that there is an EPIC program and that you can give them a flyer if nothing else. Okay, so what I would like to do now is turn the microphone over to Shalandra. So let me open up her mic, and I'm going to pull up her website while she's talking. So welcome, Shalandra. I'm sorry that we have a minus, almost a minus people crowd, but this is getting recorded, and so what we'll do is we'll just share this with everybody. So, Shalandra, give us a clue about who you are and your programs and what you do.
So I'm Shalandra Brooks. I'm the program manager for EPIC, Department of Human Services and Healthcare Experience Program at Central State Care. And for the most part, we're a workforce development agency. We actually focus on employment and training. So the EPIC model with healthcare is something that we've been doing.
Shalandra, can you talk in a little bit better? People are having a hard time hearing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's much better.
That's much better? Okay, perfect. So we're Central State Care is a workforce development agency. So the EPIC model that we've chosen with healthcare and the career pathways is something that we've actually been doing for over 10 years, and we just saw an opportunity to just kind of do the stackable credentials using the EPIC model. One thing that I can talk about a little bit about the process of what we do once individuals are referred to our agency through EPIC. They come in for orientation. We do a presentation. We tell them all of the things that are available to them, and then we kind of help them just give them a brief overview of what's actually going to happen. So from the orientation, they will leave with a date to come back for an assessment. And usually we're going to do everything that week, because if you don't assess them that week, you're going to lose them. So we bring them back. We schedule them for an assessment with our lead career development specialist, which is one Shannon Jackson. She'll sit them down. She'll speak with them. They'll tape test just to see where they are. And the tape test is to identify whether or not they're going to need a bridge program prior to training, or if they're eligible to go straight into training. Once we've identified those things and where an individual is, we still have them take Employment 101 through Illinois' workNet. We have them take Illinois. We do Employment 101 with Illinois' workNet. We do career foundations, and we do job readiness training. So individuals, and we are making sure they have to do 20 hours with us. It's a requirement that they're meeting with us. They're participating in workshops. We do digital literacy. We do resume. Everything that they're going to need prior to training is done we make it a point to do it within the first 30 days to keep them engaged and to let them know that we're actually serious, because they start to see the value in that. From the assessment and moving them through career foundations. And career foundations is just helping them to identify, okay, you want health care, but now let's talk about what track are you interested in. So they take that, and they're required to participate in 32 hours. So the first 30 days, they don't have a lot of time to breathe, and we just get everybody going quickly, immediately, and then from there they're going to go into training, or into a bridge program, or they might be just a little bit basic skills deficient, so we'll work with them to actually increase those level gains so that they can go directly into training. And from there, they're in their training. We're having them do their CNA first. And from the CNA portion, those individuals can go into, once they're completed, they have the opportunity to go right into their work experience and then into their stackable credentials. So some individuals have come working, and some individuals, are only interested in work. But we have a system where we're able to pull those candidates that actually walk through the door. So again, SEER just is a workforce and development agency, and any wraparound services that we can provide internally, we will do, and anything that we don't have internally, we actually refer them out.
And what programs are you offering through the EPIC program?
We're offering CNA, phlebotomy, EKG, until the PCT track, which is the patient care technician, where they actually have 4 credentials, which is a certified nursing assistant credential, the phlebotomy technician credential, EKG, which is the electrocardiogram technician, and the national certification for the patient care technician. So they actually walk away from that training with 4 credentials that are recognized nationally.
Very good. Very
Mm-hmm.
good. Who are some of the employers that you work with to help place these students once they're done?
We have a direct pipeline to Rush University. We have a great relationship with them. We've worked with them for over 7 years. We actually head up their annual job fair events. We are working with Mount Sinai, Aldine Nursing Home, Imperial Nursing Home. I believe they changed their name. We work with California Gardens. There's some others. We're going to be doing some work with Advocate Healthcare as well for the patient care technicians to transition straight over there as well. So there's a lot of opportunity for them to access the hospital setting, home care setting, or just the rehabilitation centers.
Very good. How many people do you have in your program right now?
We have 36 individuals in our program. 10 of them are probably in outreach, but we try to make sure that we're reaching out and contacting the local office. We do staff with the local office just so that they can it kind of push them to make more movement on participants that are in outreach for over 30 days. Like, if they're not doing anything, let's kind of like move on past those individuals as opposed to, continuing with the conciliation process after we've reached out several times. So we do keep it posted. But right now we do have 9 individuals, 1 individual who actually completed training, and we have 8 individuals who are actually about to finish training in January.
Very good. And so do you have a good EPIC success story that you can share?
I actually have an individual who came to our program. It was very difficult. She was the very first person that actually got referred to our program, and she was a victim of domestic violence. So she was displaced, no home. She was homeless, trying to get things. Her father had passed away, so when she first got to us, she was 2 weeks late coming to us. And then what she said was, I didn't hear from anyone, so I decided to come back, but we were reaching out, but they were just not, she was homeless. Those numbers were no longer any good.
Oh, yeah.
She expressed like she's ready to, she had done CNA, but maybe 2 years ago in New York. She was interested in just moving along in the process and just trying to better herself. It was just her that she had to worry about, no children. So she actually she was willing to do everything over. She finished the CNA program, and she finished number 1 in her class.
Woohoo!
She's sitting for her credential. I believe she's sitting for her credential. I think it's this month or in January she's going to sit for that credential, and she's going to access her work experience. And although it might not seem like it's a lot and it's something that, that we would, we could navigate on our own and pick it up, it's not that easy for them. And She takes a night. She's way south. Village, and she's going up north. She's in her stackable credentials now. So now she's in her EKG and phlebotomy portion. She goes to class, or she's going to be working. She's going in class every Saturday now. And she's traveling from south all the way up north to make sure that she's doing this training. So she's, you know, although it might not seem like a lot for an individual who is putting forth effort and they have a support system, it's a lot to them.
Right, right. So you're going to have to write that success story up and get a picture of her so we can put her up on our success story page.
Absolutely.
All right, Sherlondra, I was just looking, and I need a brochure from you guys that I like on the website. So
okay.
if you can send me a brochure, then that will be available for all of the DHS staff to share and use when they're trying to help somebody decide on picking a program.
Gotcha.
All right. So, Savath, do you have a question for Sherlondra? All right. Well, thank you very much, Sherlondra, for sharing your time and energy with us today. I understand today is a vacation day for you, but I appreciate your time coming on to the webinar, and I'm sure that everybody who watches the recording will be very happy that they heard your great stories. So thank you.
No, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
All right.
All right, everybody. That's it for today. We'll not have a webinar on the 30th, so we'll be back on January 6th. Have a great next 10 days or so, and be safe and enjoy time with your family, and happy Festivus. Bye.
Bye-bye.